Well, greetings everyone. Kevin D. Robinson again here, coming to you from the Underground Funk Lab, where anything can happen, usually does, as we've seen, and probably will. I'm here with the remarkable Dana Settle today. Dana comes to the online world from the physical therapist profession. So we have another professional with us who knows her way around the business world. And now today's a special day for her. So we're not going to be very long because she has to get back with her husband and celebrate their 35th anniversary on this particular day. So Dana, would you please say a few words to this amazing audience?
I would love to, Kevin. And thank you so much for having me here tonight for this cool interview. Like Kevin said, I've been married for 35 years. I have two wonderful daughters. One of them is married, and we have a beautiful 17-month-old grandson who is my new boyfriend. I live in Fort Worth, Texas. I have been down here ever since we got married, and love Texas, but I do love to travel. And being in this community of people, this global network, Empower Network, gives us the opportunity to travel to conferences every 90 days, which I absolutely love. And I've been to every conference except for the very first one because I wasn't even a member yet. But I have been with Empower Network for, I think, about 14 months now. And I've absolutely fallen in love with the team that I'm working with, Project AWOL, and particularly the group of people in this global network that we're working with now, doing these interviews, doing videos, and what it's done for me is it has prompted me to start making a video every week. And when I first started it, I was really scared to do it, and now it's like candy to me. I love it. In fact, I was in my backyard this afternoon and I cut 5 brand new videos for my new follow-up series for my emails. So personal development for me is a very top thing in my book as far as bringing a person out and developing them not only for their business but in their personal life. So I love what I'm doing and I love people. So maybe that's a little bit about me, Kevin.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. Folks, you just heard her say that she just started doing videos. There's a video clip around the internet of her doing an interview with one of our associates in the Create Lifestyle Freedom family. And if you get a chance to watch that video, in fact, I might run a little bit of it if Dana drops the link into the message box there so I can click on it and just show you briefly.
Okay.
Someone who says that they're not comfortable doing interviews, well, yeah, you're going to be able to dispute that when you see how well she did this interview with one of our associates, Jason.
Well, anyway, you know, when you're around people that you just feel friends with and you just, you know, it wasn't hard at all. I mean, Jason and I met at the Dallas conference. When was that? Like maybe not even a month ago. And we met for the first time there in person. We'd known each other online, but we met for the first time in person. And he said he was going to come visit Fort Worth area because they were probably going to be moving here. I said, well, let's just get together for dinner. So we stepped outside the restaurant, and my husband took a video of us on the iPad, and it was super easy. There it is, right there, and I'll get you that link, Kevin. And there it is.
While she does that, folks, I just want to say this about, she mentioned the Empower Network, and yes, we are a family in this Empower Network venture that has been going around the world over the past couple years now. And one of the things that we do, we get together with these hangouts and we meet people online, and we, like she said, every 90 days we get to meet these same people in person, face to face, get to shake hands, you know, give crazy hugs, and just have, you know, have dinner together and just have a blast, mastermind. And I'll tell you what, we had a bunch of fun. Now, once that gets in your system, imagine this: you meet people online, and you form relationships over the course of a few months, and then you get to meet these people that you've never seen before in person at these events. That's like having a reunion with somebody you've never met before. Wrap your brain around that for a moment. Let that happen to you once, and you will want it to happen every 90 days like we do. Now, speaking of that, Dana, the first question I had to kick off this interview session is this.
Okay.
Other than myself and Jason that came to hang out with you down in Texas, who are some of the other people you are hanging around these days with this amazing Project AWOL program and Create Lifestyle Freedom?
Naming names? Would you like names?
Sure.
Okay. Well, the Project AWOL group, the leaders in that, Glenn Caro and Cameron George, were the two guys that kind of put their heads together back in San Diego, which was a year ago September. And I was actually, I joined with Glenn from a previous business. And so when he presented the Empower Network to me, he said, Dana, you like to write and you talk easily, you communicate well. I think you do really great in this business. It's a blogging platform, and I think you can take off in this. So I joined it, but I didn't really know what I had a hold of because I was just then starting to meet the people. So I kept going to these live events like Kevin's talking about every 90 days, and I'd meet more people, and I'd be drawn to these people. They were big thinkers. They had big visions. They had lifestyle freedom. They had things that I wanted because I was really burnt out of what I was doing in the medical field. I had been doing it for a long, long time, and I always had an entrepreneurial spirit, but I just couldn't quite put my finger on the right vehicle. And I had bought all kinds of stuff, spent all kinds of money, and really was spinning my wheels in so many different directions, and I had no focus at all until I found the Empower Network. And really, quite truthfully, only about two events ago did I really understand the power that I had with this group and the people that I've been meeting. I mean, we all think alike. That's what's so neat, is everybody's really on the same page. We're laser focused. We're taking action. We are putting value out on the internet. We're cutting videos. We're marketing. We're marketing a vehicle that can really change people's lives. We were, like Kevin was talking about, we do hangouts, and we were doing a hangout last Thursday, actually. And I think there was 6 or 7 people on the panel. And one of the guys that's in our mastermind group is named Rod, and he's been in construction for most of his adult life. And he was talking about, if you could bring a family into this business and it started making them $5,000 a month, and they started getting their essentials paid for without slaving and working and killing themselves and running out of money before the month is over, wouldn't you feel like that you have just given them a gift? And that is exactly what we do. We have figured out a way through this business where we can help a person understand just the little nuances that it takes to have an online business. And it doesn't take a lot, guys. I mean, it takes focus, and it takes desire, and it takes a willingness to make your brain kind of get cleaned up and change your thought process a little bit, and you start working from the inside out and working on yourself. The rest of it is going to come really easy because you've kind of opened everything up to accept what's going to come towards you. And there's a lot of people, myself included, being a baby boomer, real technophobic when I started. Couldn't figure out all this whole marketing business, how you get leads and how you do this and that on all these websites. But I didn't have this part right. This is what was holding me back. Once I cleaned that up, then everything started kind of falling into place, and I started meeting all of these wonderful people that I'm masterminding with that are teaching me things. So I was blocking all of that. I wasn't allowing that stuff to come into me because I was too scared about trying to figure it out myself. So you can't do that. You have to open your mind up and open your heart up. And when the student is ready, the teacher is going to appear. And all these teachers are appearing to me like out of the woodwork, Kevin. They're coming from everywhere. They're just coming from everywhere. Everybody that I'm talking with, on Facebook or Hangouts, I'm meeting so many new people on Hangouts, people that I'm meeting at live events. I'm talking to leaders at live events. This is something that I'm going to be doing a Hangout on Wednesday night with one of my other partners in the business, been brilliant. We're going to talk about the power of live events. And the power of live events is truly the power behind why they have these every 90 days. So you can network with people. So you can meet other leaders, and you can meet these other people that you've been meeting online. You finally get to see them face to face. And it totally changes things. So I don't know, I kind of got off track there. What were we going towards?
Well, we're going toward 2 more questions, and I believe from the energy I'm hearing you deliver that you've answered both of those questions positively. Well, the second part of that question was, what are those people doing to you, and is that okay? Well,
Oh
you
my
answer.
goodness.
Come on, yeah.
What the people are doing to me is they are just filling me with energy and vibration because when we were in Orlando, Glenn and Cameron, they're so visionary. And this is the third time they have had what we call an AWOL mansion. This truly was a mansion. This was a $5 million mansion. It cost $25,000 to stay there for a week. So all of us together, 30 of us, pooled our money, and we had a bowling alley, and we had a basketball court, and we had a dry sauna and a wet sauna and a swimming pool and a workout gym. And I mean, the list goes on. And it was crazy. And when you are in that close proximity with people who have the same similar mindset and laser focused on their business, you start sharing all of these cool masterminding ideas and just getting to know the person and trusting in the process. So they talk about, and Dave Sharp talks about this all the time. He goes, it's not what happens sometimes at the conference itself. It's what happens at the other times. You know, when you're sitting there having a cup of coffee with somebody, or you're eating breakfast there, or you're just sitting there talking to them, and you start figuring out that that's where the magic is. That's where the magic is. We had people having breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. People that were too scared to tell their story started having little, they started like busting out of their shell. And by the end of that week of staying with people together in that house, there was the really scared person, and by the end of the week, they're going out by the swimming pool and they're cutting video. Or they're standing out by the golf course and they're doing their very first video online. It's amazing. And what's so neat is we had every level of skill there. We had, the real spanking brand new people that, are just joined at the $25 level. And then we had people that were all in, been doing this for a while. Videos were nothing to them. They've been making thousands of dollars online already. We had every level, and it didn't matter because we were all there to help each other. That was the cool part. My kids, I was just going to say, my kids went to Montessori, and Montessori school teaches, it's at a multi-age grouping level because the younger ones learn from the older ones. So the younger ones are picking up from the older ones, and the older ones are teaching the younger ones. And that's what I kind of felt like. We had every age there at the AWOL Mansion. We had 19-year-olds, and we had people in their 70s, literally. Every age. Lots of different countries, lots of different languages, lots of different backgrounds, lots of different educational levels. Some people not even graduated from high school, and then we had PhD people there. It was so neat because we were all on the same page, and we were all sharing. So the people that you surround yourself with is who you're going to be like, totally. And if you're around a bunch of deadbeats, that's what you're going to be like. If you're around positive, energetic people that love what they're doing, that are focused, that have an eye for this business, that love Empower Network and want to see it grow, because it's not just about what Empower Network's going to do for me. It's about what we're going to do for Empower Network. It's kind of like the thing that Kennedy says, It's not what, am I saying this wrong? It's not what you can do. It's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Well, it's what we can do for Empower Network, guys. That's the key here. We are on a mission to grow this company bigger than anything you've ever seen. And right now we're going into so many countries. Portugal is a huge factor in this company. They're growing by leaps and bounds. The company is now actually developing all of the material into different languages. We have Spanish already. We're having Russian, Portuguese. They're getting some of the Mandarin and Chinese languages developed now. So, visionary people. I've never, ever been around any group of people like this. And I started doing network marketing in 1990, kind of dabbling in it, but that was all offline. This is the first time I've ever really done something online that I really sunk my teeth into. So, does that kind of answer what you're asking?
Yeah, it does, and it brought up 2 points. I was going somewhere else, but you're delivering so many gold nuggets here. You talked about the people at the mansion who were new at this and hadn't done any videos, and all of a sudden they're out shooting videos, and their confidence is escalating.
It was amazing.
With the people that they're with.
It was amazing. I loved it. It was like a student. The green light went on. They figured out how to read. My daughter's a school teacher, and she has related this to me. She said, Mom, when she did teaching in first grade, she said, Mom, when that kid gets it and they start reading, it's like the big smile goes on their face and they get it. They finally they're reading now. That's what happened with these brand new people. They came in scared and they're looking at these other people doing videos and they're like, oh, thinking I can't do that, and we're encouraging each other. I just said cut the video camera on. Let's just have a conversation. And so they start doing that, and then they start getting more comfortable, and they realize that really all we're doing is we're telling our story. We're telling our story on camera and looking right in the camera. I'm looking right in your eyes right now, and I'm connecting with you as if we're sitting across the kitchen table from each other. And we are just relating our lives to each other. That's all we're doing. We're telling each other what we do during the day, and we're relating our pains, our sorrows, our happinesses, and you are connecting to a person on an emotional level, because emotion is what people are looking for. They don't want a bunch of facts. They want a story. They want your story of your strife and pain and what you did to fix it. What is your solution? You know, my solution was to get around a bunch of cool people and learn from them and, you know, grow from that. You know, be better. I'm always trying to make myself better every day that I do something. I listen to something, I read something. I'm always, and one of the main things I do is I try to make people smile and laugh. You know, when I go to the grocery store and that checker is sitting there all looking down, looking real sad, man, you give them a compliment or you say something funny and they'll all of a sudden it breaks their state and they're like, oh yeah, okay. You know, I mean, that to me is what we're here for. We're here to serve people, really. You know, we're here to serve. So that's what this company represents. We're Empower Network. We empower people to be better. We empower ourselves. We empower the people around us. And that's what it's all about, man. I mean, it's kind of in a nutshell right there.
Okay, now let me go here with that. Let me go back to my screen share, because this is what I wanted to share with people before I go into the next part I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
This is the woman who just told you a little bit ago that she was not comfortable doing video. All right? And she's with Jason Lockhart, one of our partners in Create Lifestyle Freedom. Now, does she look uncomfortable to you, people? This is someone who has come up, who stepped up to the plate, come up to the next level, and she's addressed a fear. And now she has become someone who is relaxed doing videos. And I tell you what, when I watch this, it comes across to me as someone who is confident and really knows where she is going in life and has her feet planted firmly.
Well, thank you, Kevin. You know, that was a fun video to do because Jason's such a great person, and we just stood out there in front of the restaurant, just kind of talking about how we met and what we felt like this company was doing for people. And he talks about, you know, we're here to change people's lives. That's what we're here to do. And just like I said, we're here to serve. We are here to be life changers, and that's fun to me. That's exciting.
Okay. Now that brings up my other point. Let me go away from my screen share now. People are in this to help others. Now, in the corporate world, in some brick and mortar businesses, I'm going to say you don't always get that. Sometimes it can be cutthroat. Sometimes people don't want you to get to a pinnacle because that's the pinnacle they want to reach, and you may happen to be in the way.
That's true.
In this particular business that we're involved with, for me to do well, it helps if you do well. Am I right?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's great.
Completely flip-flop the corporate way of thinking of business. Totally. Just flip it around totally. And yeah. So the more people you help, the better you do. The more successes you have around you, the more success you have. And sure, we're here to make money. Let's not beat around the bush here. We're here to make money. And in the beginning, that's what a lot of beginner people think. I just want to get in this to make some money, man. I just want to get in to make some money. But as you get into it and you start working on developing yourself and you start realizing that you do have so much to give to people because you are your unique self. I'm my unique me. Kevin's his unique self. All the people on our team are we're all different. And so we're going to speak to different people and different kinds of people. And so I'm going to connect with somebody that Kevin is not going to connect with possibly, and vice versa. And so the whole point of being your unique self is how the whole thing evolves. And in the beginning, like I said, you're here to try to make some money, but then it kind of starts kind of getting in a different arena, and then you start bringing your people, you start building your team, and your concern is making them be successful, and you just forget about yourself and you just go on and develop, and the money just starts rolling in. You don't even know about it. It just starts stacking up in your back office, man, because you are helping all these other people. And that's the funnest part of it. I don't even think about the money anymore. I just start bringing people on my team. That's what I want to do.
Now, let me go this way now. On the last women's panel that we did, we had a lady named Erica from across the pond on, and I ran a video clip of her and her husband talking about their ventures into this Empower Network family. And one of the things he said during the interview was, we bought all the products. That's just what we do. We go all in. Okay? All right? Now, can you speak on that? Because the business mindset is a person who comes into business knowing that they have to make some type of a cash outlay, investment, if you will, to build their business, versus the employee mindset that may come in who has not developed that yet, and they want to be told what to do, when to do, and how to do it, rather than search things out for themselves. Can you address that and tell the people who are may not be there yet that they need to be on the all-in mindset? Would you address that, or do they have to be necessary?
Absolutely. Well, the first day that I came in, I asked Glenn, my sponsor, I said, so how much is this going to set me back? You know, because he said there's different products, and he told me how much it was. I said, is that all it is? Because we didn't have the master's class back then. Is that all it is? I've spent 5 to 10 times that much on other things. He goes, yeah. I said, well, of course I would want to do all the products, because if you don't own the products, you can't sell the products. So what would a leader do? What would a millionaire mindset do? What would a Vic or a Tony or these guys at the top of our food chain up here, what would they do? Well, of course, they would start with all the products. For me, that was a no-brainer. I was all in from the beginning, and then when the master's course came out, I immediately jumped on that, because I knew that what was inside of those, first of all, you need the products. You have to know what you're selling. You have to engulf those products and digest them and understand what you're learning, because obviously that's how you learn this business, is you go in there and as a student, you're learning what each of the modules are teaching you. Okay, so I immediately knew that I mean, there just wasn't even a choice there. I'm like, of course I'm going to buy the master's product. And so just knowing that you are at what we call the all-in status, you have everything that you need to be successful. You have it all right there. And now when somebody decides to join you, and they decide to get all in, well, then you get the 100% commission on, because you own the products. I mean, why wouldn't you? Wouldn't it be terrible if you own just a couple of them and somebody over here decided, well, they want to go all in, and it skips right past you? That would be a sickening feeling, for one thing. But the other thing, let's see, what was the other thing I was going to talk about that you brought up, Kevin? Darn it, what was it? We were talking about all in and...
and the mindset, the putting together so much cash outlay for the investment.
Oh, that cash outlay. Okay, yeah. So now, I think it is, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like $5,500 or something to go all in, or I don't know what it is. When you add all that stuff up, maybe it's 56. Let's just say 6,000. Let's just round it off. What kind of a business? I mean, seriously, business people, business-minded people, seriously. You think about a franchise? I mean, a McDonald's or a cleaning service or a pest control business. Do you know how many hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of layout that you have to do to buy a franchise, and how many years it's going to be in the red before you even show a profit? I mean, really? Come on, people. This is nothing. If you want to start at the top, you buy it all at the beginning, and then you've positioned yourself. This is all about positioning and leverage. You've got to start where the leaders start. You got to start at the top. So if you made your mind up to get in this business, to make some money, and to help a bunch of people, you just start at the top. You just go all in from the beginning. And let's just say it's $6,000. I don't even know what it is. It's something somewhere in there between 5 and 6. That is a drop in the bucket to start your business. Oh my goodness. Okay, is that what you're wanting to hear? Because that is
Well,
exactly the way I feel about it.
that helps me because I've heard people say that one of the mistakes that they made early on with this particular venture was, now first of all let me say this. Visit empowernetwork.com/income.php.
Mm-hmm.
Read our income disclaimer, all right? We
Right,
don't
right.
hide those numbers. We put them out there, okay?
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
empowernetwork.com/income.php. Now,
Mm-hmm.
here's what I heard someone say in a hangout just the other day. This was a hangout with people who are all in. Nobody was on the hangout if they weren't all in. And one of the things they addressed was, and you can speak on this, and then we'll get you out of here on this, Dana.
Okay.
And then you can give your contact information for anybody who wants to get a hold of you. But here's one
Okay.
thing they said. Uh, they quit focusing on the people that they focused on early on who were only the $25 people who thought that they could come into this business for the $25 platform, which we have, and
Mm-hmm.
then build from there.
Mm-hmm.
Because their mindset was stuck at that $25 level, and
Absolutely.
they said to them, if you think that you can build a huge thriving business at that level and not be all in, you're sadly mistaken. You might want to keep your day job, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
that is a mindset that has to be developed. So my question to you is this: um, should we tell people up front and be clear about this, that yes, we do have the $25 blogging platform to get started, come in and look around.
Mm-hmm.
However, you need to make the business decision,
Mm-hmm.
okay, to be all in, because like you said, if you want to start where the franchise-minded people start, you buy everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
to alert people to that.
Well, people, you have to be at a certain, like you said, you have to be at a certain mindset. And going all in for everybody is not where some people are going to start. They're just not there. Either they don't have the funds, they're just not mentally there, they don't trust it. So I would never force or suggest that everybody do that. You got to love people where they are.
Hmm.
You got to start with where they are. Now, if you do have a business-minded person that really is laser focused and wants to pour everything into this, absolutely I will counsel them and say, you want to get this thing up and running fast and you want to take some massive action? Of course you need to be all in. And I don't think there would be a problem with that. But no, I would never force anybody or say you have to do this. No, because you love people. Like I said, you love people where they are. Everybody starts at their own level. But our hope is that they would start at the $25 blogging level and very quickly go to the inner circle, because these are audios that they can listen to at any time, and they're all personal development things. There is some marketing strategies in there, but most of it is personal development, and this is one of our core commitments, is listening to these audios every day. I listen to something every day, whether I'm in the car, at the gym, around my house, turn my iPad on while I'm cooking. I'm listening to some inner circle every single day, and then you quickly would build on up to the next few products. But absolutely, if a person has a business mindset, you would absolutely counsel them to start and be positioned to take advantage of their business, because if you started down low, like you said, you're going to miss out. So I mean, that's kind of my take on it.
Okay. So then, if let's take me as a newbie. Let's say I come into this. I want to come in here as a newbie,
Okay.
and I simply want to earn enough wherewithal monthly to pay my car note.
Okay.
I
What
can
are
do
your
that with
car
this
note?
business.
What's your car note?
It's a couple $100.
Okay. All
Let's
right.
just say. Let's say it's under three. Just
Okay.
under $300, and I'm satisfied with that. Am I okay with this business?
Sure, you're okay with the business. You could absolutely look at it in two different ways. You come in at the $25 level, it's a numbers game. Let's say your car payment's $300. How many $25 people are you going to have to bring in? Remember, this is a monthly residual income. How many $25 people are you going to have to bring in to make $300? What is that? 4 times 3 is 12. You're going to have to bring 12 people in at the $25 blogging level. Now, if you're at the inner circle level, that is a $100 product. And if you're at the $100 product plus the blogging product, that's $125 a month that somebody is paying you to be able to sell that product. So how many of those people would you need to bring in? 3. What makes more sense? You're going to do the same amount of work, right?
Wow.
You're going to do the same amount of marketing work. It's strictly a numbers. Just put pen to paper and do your math and figure out how hard do you want to work. I mean, that's the way I look at it. It's very simple, actually. It's a very simple mathematical equation for, and then our next product up is called the Costa Rica Intensive. That's a $500 one-time product. So if you had somebody who was at the blogging and then the inner circle level, and they decided they wanted a little bit more training, more videos to learn from, you could suggest that they get the Costa Rica. Boom, there's $500. That just took care of your car payment, Kevin. There you go.
Wow.
How easy was that?
That's pretty easy. That's easy math right there.
It
and
is.
My understanding is that there's much more where that came from. And if you look over my shoulder here on that side, you can see an all-in shirt. And I would venture to imagine that the guys who are making extraordinary amounts of income with this particular venture are probably all in.
Oh yes. Yeah. Of course.
It's so refreshing to hear you say that this is available to us now. Rather than us being stuck in the mindset that we have to go through the 40-40-40 plan, where you work 40 hours of work for 40 years and then be forced to live off of 40% of what you couldn't live off of all of in the first place. But now we have options available if we're willing to adjust our mindset to the business standpoint of this and get involved and take this thing to higher heights by our efforts and our dedication.
Absolutely. Yep. That's the truth, too.
I tell you what, Dana Settle, this has been a blast. Somebody wants to get a hold of you and work.
I have a Facebook fan page. It's called Life Design by Dana, and you can go there and you can certainly leave me a message. You can also go to my blog is lifedesignbydana.com. I have another blog outside the Empower blog. I have 2 blogs. So both of those places are great ways to get a hold of me, and I'd love to hear from anybody. I always get back to anybody who leaves me a message because I'm here to serve you, and I'm here to impart information. If you have a question or a question about Empower, or a question about internet marketing, or a question about anything, if I don't know the answer, I'm going to connect with my wealth network here, Kevin being one of those people, and we have so many other people to draw from. And I heard Dave Sharp say this, and I love it, and I'm starting to say stuff that he says. This is what happens when you listen to these videos and these audios. He says, there is no competition. There is only collaboration. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? I love it.
That's incredible.
There's no competition. And you can apply that to anything. It's not just this little business that we're in here. It is about life, man. There is no competition because that's what gets people in trouble. You know, they're all so competitive. And I'm talking about sports, but I'm talking about other stuff, you know. There is no competition. There's only collaboration. We just work together to make each other be better and better and better. So I've kind of adopted one of Dave Sharp's sayings now. I say it a lot.
Well, thank you so much, Dana Settle. Folks, you've heard from the amazing Miss Dana Settle, and you can contact her at the information that she left you with. By all means, folks, partner up with us today. You can even click the link below if you're watching this on my behalf or on Dana's behalf. There is a link here somewhere. Normally it's below. If it's not, it's over here, over there, up there. But there is a link. Click that link. Partner up with us today. We'll see you on the inside. You be blessed, my friends, and have an amazingly successful day.
Thank you, Kevin, and I'll see you in Miami.
You'll see you in Miami, and happy anniversary, Dana Settle.
Thank you.
You and your husband. All right. Goodbye, folks.
Don't give up.